Hello, back to play some more Manufactory in Islanders New Shores. It's a challenge where you only get buildings that are, well, industry buildings. You don't get any city centers, no houses, no mansions. You don't get any of the residential buildings. You do still get some of the buildings that scale well with them, like circuses or markets or temples, but you just have to deal with what you got. I've reasoned about what is it, like the highest point total that I can get on Island 4 being the Mountain Shrine. This is like a classic play that I do where you scale, or not scale, but you place as many trees as you can with verdure. You try to delete as few of them as possible, and by the time you get to Mountain Shrine, you'll have hopefully unlocked the Boon Blossom, which allows you to blossom all the trees that you place, and this guy can be worth like 500 points easily. If I get lucky enough to pair that with a score multiplier, he's my highest scoring building, and I can maybe duplicate him or shrink him to fit one beside this terrace. Like the duplicated one would go down here, or the shrunken one would go beside it on the terrace, and it would be worth another like 300 to 500 points, right? That's great for your base scoring. You unlock a lot of buildings, but the highest scoring building also gets doubly added to your score at the end, so... in this level, this guild hall right here was worth around like 240 points. So when I go to the next island, we're going to see around like 480 points being added to my score just for free. We're hoping to make that like 1,000 or 1,000 plus on the next island. See, 468. Nature interactions worth a lot. Mountain shrines also do those, so that's nice. And we increased our score by about 210% there, the 61% plus 165 I think I saw. So that means those stack additively with each other, not multiplicatively with each other. So if my base score was 100 and I get plus 61%, that's going to be an extra 61 points on top of that. So you're getting 161 points for your 100 point total before. Then if you were to get the 165% added on afterwards, it doesn't take the 161 into consideration, it takes the 100 points into consideration. So you would be getting 265 points total, plus the 61 from before, if I math that in my head, 326 total. The multiplication also counts all of your bonus points. So if you got 100 points, but you got 20 in nature interactions, it's going to be 120 multiplied by whatever numbers later. I'm sad that I didn't get a reroll to be able to pick something else. Oh wait, no, never mind. I don't. It's so, why? Oh, it's so difficult to make this choice. So I have a boon, or I have my boon set up so that I have level up soon to be drawn. I have blossom soon to be drawn. I have, summon wisp soon to be drawn. And I don't think there's anything else. Maybe like a duplicate or something else down there. I want to pick up those 4 boons. I think on this island, you're going to be getting 4 regular game boons and then 2 post-game boons. In Island 3, you get 3 regular boons and 3 post-game boons. 6 total in each. I'm hoping to find a reroll as well so that I could like shoehorn in an extra duplicate or an extra level up or something like that. Or maybe I get I've also left add verdure behind. I want to add as many trees to an area as possible. Desert is great because I don't have to like try to force that wisp into like all of my buildings. I can just play it on some of my early industry like brewing packs or brickmaker packs, get them onto my masons, which I guess there's no residential buildings to pop them onto, but like passing wisps around with industry buildings alone and not having just like houses to spam beside each other gets really difficult. So if I have a wisp that starts on a statue and I get the boon for summon a wisp, I now have 2 wisps to be able to pass between like 2 different sets of buildings. It's much easier. Plus 5 points per building is pretty strong. What isn't strong is not getting as many nature interactions as I would like. Because you're in desert, you spawn blooming trees with your verdures, so that means you're, putting 1 less tree, or 3 less trees, because there's 3 blooming trees, down with every verdure, or the chance to put 3 less trees, which stacks up when you use 5, or I'm going to say that I'm going to use around 5, because there's 6 in the draw pool, and maybe I get the plus 2 from add verdure for 7 total. If I lose out on 20 trees, I'm losing out on 20 blossoms. I'm losing out on my hermitage seeing 20 trees. I'm losing out on my mountain shrine seeing 20 trees. Sure, they're not all going to see the 20 trees, but like There, my saunas are going to hit all of them. My lumberjacks are going to hit all of them. It's a big loss in points. So it's so hard. It's so hard for me to see a summon wisp and a score multiplier, especially because I've already taken score multiplier and it isn't in the bottom of like my Boon draw pool, so I'm not guaranteed to get it. And like I really want to take this level for these two reasons, but I cannot for the only reason that this is a desert level. It is not viable for me. I have to take Tropical Stellar. I'm happy to see Stellar as the like world map modifier. It means that I have more chances to find my rerolls, or like, okay, let's say it adds 2 extra boons to the island score meter. That means that I get 1 boon of a reroll close to the end of the pack, and then I get to use those 4 rerolls to dig specifically for score multiplier. Seeing this Stellar right here is basically showing up as score multiplier to me in my head. The extra terrace, maybe it's an extra 60 points. It's fine. It guarantees that I'm able to build a terrace where I want to, and then one specifically for my mountain shrine, which is good. It can also act as like a pseudo wall platform. You can get a hermitage up higher if you need to. I'm hoping for not too vertical of a level. Usually with residential areas, you want verticality. In industry areas, you don't need verticality. A little bit of it would be nice for my mountain shrine, but like I want a hill, I don't want a mountain, you know. It's got to be tropical. Oh, come on. It did this to me last time. Okay, so the statue's in a fine place. The terrace is going to be able to see all of the trees in this area. It might not see all of these ones around here. I'm going to be building my verdures over here because there's more green space. I want to maximize my, like, the amount of trees that I plant. This is not conducive to that. What gets difficult about this is I want to be playing, like, plateaus and terraces around this area, and I would love to play them to like cover up all of these ridges, make a flat space to build on. You cannot build plateau and terraces on wood. This water platform section counts as wood. Okay. On my Island 19 world record run, I also had the same issue where like I couldn't play plateaus lower, and that's worse on that one because I'm having to build a temple pit, which is like full of residential buildings, which love a plateau to be at the bottom of them. This, it's not as bad. I just don't like this island. You know, I don't know if it's always going to be Island 4 for Manufactory. If it is, that's kind of good, because then like I'll be able to look at other people's strategies or ask them how they like mitigate losses from these water platform areas, or if I am just overreacting. This run is for the marbles. We have to make sure that every decision is perfect so that we get as much regular points as possible, as much chips as possible if you play Belatro, which generate as much malt as possible, score loops. I want to play as few buildings as I can when I'm getting up to the fortune teller. So like, I think the biggest breakpoints are going to be fortune teller, are going to be mountain shrine. Apart from that, should be easy enough. It is also a bit of a blessing in disguise that I'm playing my hop fields over here beside the statue, probably low down here with my wheat fields up top, and all of my verdures over here, so that like me playing my hop fields before a verdure doesn't feel bad. I would have loved to see a verdure before brewing pack and seaweed farm pack, but you can't always get what you want. These guys are really far away. Actually, I'm considering not playing them all the way down here, playing some up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5th one is not going to see the first one that I played. Maybe if I play them like this, it will, but like that doesn't seem like it's gonna fit enough. 1, 2, 3. I should probably do something like 3, have this one get pulled under with 4. Maybe I get lucky enough that it gets pulled under with 4, and then 5 to hit almost everything. And I'm assuming that I'm going to draw about 7 hop fields. So then I could play an extra one up top here. I know it's encroaching the wheat field area a little bit, but it's still going to hit most of the hop fields. That's fine. And I don't know where my 7th would go. Probably just another one up here. I am liking taking up the space down below. you might be wondering like, oh, what if we were to place a wall platform? I'm not gonna be able to wait until I get like a wall platform to put any greenery on top. Maybe I could put a wall platform that's green here to play smack down a Hermitage on top of it, but Hermitages are going in this area. I'm going to get a brickmaker pack at some point because there's sand that spawned on this level, which means that my sand pits are going down here, which means that my brickyards are going here. And if my brickyards are going here, this is the only viable spot for masons, which means that this is also the only viable spot for plateaus. This right here might be my plateau spot. If I get it close enough to here, no, I don't think I can get close enough to here where I can get wheat fields to score off of it. But like, hopefully there's enough space to put a plateau right here. It's gonna get smushed under the island, but that's fine. And then a second one maybe out front here, or maybe on top of this here, but those are getting a little bit more risky. Or I get too far ahead of myself. I've already decided where my hop fields are going. Let's place them. We're hoping to get 2 in this corner here. And this doesn't look like it. That doesn't look like it either. That's looking a little bit better. Sometimes my finger twitches and I accidentally right click or something like that. It just drops buildings out of my building bar. Okay. Not enough space. Not enough space. What about you? What about if I do it like this, actually? Not enough space. Not enough space. Let's place this one first, actually. This one's going to be easier to, like, find something that lines up afterwards. Okay, so it goes slightly underground here, so it can't do that. It goes slightly over the edge here, so it can't do that. It goes slightly into the hop field, so I can't do that. It goes slightly into the wall, so I can't do that. I would need to pull this out. If I rotate you one to the right, this is going to be an easier placement to make. So like this. Come on. I don't know if it's possible. And that's taking up a lot of extra space for one hop field to be taking up this entire like ridge. Not good. Not good. I could start playing them over here. Oh, okay. This is what is it? It's a long shot, but it could work. If I play a hop field here, the hop field that I play on the other side might get pulled underground if it's like thinking that it's trying to like align to the same grid. I think this is too much space in between. You can see that like this guy only walks up to like just barely before this line right here, and this guy, what is it, is maybe double this like white line away from it. I think the snapping distance, it feels like it's about this amount of space, so I'm not confident in that ability, or in the ability for that to happen. If I do snap this one forward, how would I be playing my next one? I guess I'd just be playing it down here like this. I'll go for it. It's like my best shot, you know? We play 1 here, we play 2 here, we play 3 here, we could maybe play 4 in range of the statue. Okay, if I can get 4 in range here, then like it's a bit better. It's a bit better. Yeah, we're gonna want you to slide down and in as far as possible. That seems like it's it. Slide down, and this doesn't seem like it's gonna snap, but it's... Let me try sliding this one down, like this first. Come on, you did it before. There you go. Okay, right there. And we'll see if... Oh, it can fit in! Let's go! Let's go! Okay. I think this is going to make it the most easily detectable by buildings up here in the future, or... No, this. This is going to. All right, we cannot take a seaweed farm pack this early. It's not going to give us enough points to progress, even though I don't want many brickmaker packs on this level. No, I'm hoping for more hop fields to be able to get my score. Sure, they're only worth like 13 points now, but they're going to be worth more in the future. And these guys, they're going to dwindle from 15 down to 11 after I place the first ones. It's going to be 1 sand pit, 2 sand pit, 3 sandpit, 4 sandpit. I might do 5 and 6 in the center, but I don't think they're going to have enough space. Yeah. Unless I can play these guys at an angle downwards, but then they don't rake as much sand, so I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm only going to play around 4 sandpits currently. The hop field, I already know where it needs to go, though, or where I want it to go, so I'll play it there. We want to squish it down and in as far as we can. It's dropping down. Can we get it to move over again? If it moves over, it moves up. Never mind. That moved down to the right. Okay. Sand pits. 15 and 11 points, and then the brickyards can go... God, there's so much rocky area that it's hard to put the brickyards down. Don't tell me I can't put one up here. That's terrible. That's terrible. How are they supposed to reach all the sand pits? I would just have to place... I guess I'd have to be putting more sand pits in this corner here. So like I'll make space for 3 on this side. Just that like my brickyards on this side and this side are gonna have the space. Unless I put all of my brickyards beside each other, because I might be separating my masons. Masons here and masons here to be far enough away from each other. I wonder if this plateau is gonna be able to reach that though. It's hard to say. I think I'll start with my sand pits back as far as I can. I've got this option if I need to in the future. I'm fine with playing it for 11 points, and then we see how close this guy can get. Or we see... Yeah, somebody up here is not going to be able to be played in between them. There's not enough space forward to get them away from these sand pits. Can't make like a T shape. And if I do it down here, then these guys are going to be in range, so it's a mute point. Moot? Probably moot. Play it for 15 here. The guy down beside it is not going to be in range. Yeah, because it's further back than the other 2 sand pits. Okay. Staring contest. I could maybe try to get these guys closer to these brickyards, actually. Hold on, I'm gonna undo this guy. If I put a sand pit facing in this direction, then I'm gonna be getting 7 points max. And then I could put these guys here, granting me 15 points and 11 points. And then all of my brickyards go down in between them. Or 2 of them do, and then a few more only go down on these sand pits afterwards. Then all of my masons still have the space to go in between my 2 brickyards. That feels better to me than placing my sand pit all the way out here, in which I only have space to put my brickyards in between them. No, I need to play this sand pit first. I forgot. Yeah, we play it for 7 points, and then I can play a brickyard down here because it's not going to be in range of any of these guys. Now, the sand pits that I play down here are going to want to be in range of a brickyard, so I need to play these ones first, not these guys. So I'm going to be playing 2 in this area. I want to be playing them close to the wall, so they're going to be beside the masons, and I'm hoping in the future that like a warehouse can go here or something. Maybe in front of this brickyard, but that's unlikely. I didn't also check for where fish are, but it seems like there's 3 here. There's another collection of them over here. It's a very low fish spawn map. If I want all of my industry to be in one area for my warehouses and markets to do better, I would want my fishers to be in that same area. And if I put my fishers there, I want my docks and harbors to be there, which means I want my seaweed farms to be there. I think this is too small of a corridor for seaweed farms to be put down. Where would I put my seaweed farms when I get them? There's an option to go through here, and that's a lot less space that's being condensed because this is a lot longer of a ridge. This is just like a point, basically. Same with this guy, just a point. We've got 2 flat walls here. I can maybe place like 1 or 2 seaweed farms down the middle where it's getting quadruple points. Here, I could maybe put like 3 in to get quadruple points. It's assuming I get that many seaweed farms. We saw how the last one went. Alright, let's just start with a brickyard here. I'll see what my options are after that. This brickyard is not going to be... It is going to be in range of this one, but I can push them further away. Or I can push them further up to allow them to be close to the masons, and then a warehouse down here can be fine. What's next? Verdure. We just have to take it. It's so good as an early building. Okay. We've got a new sandpit, which is going to be in range of that brickyard, which is good. We can do it for 18 points. Or, hold on. This? No, that's 16. Okay. So we have to play you here. Which does mean that the brickyards in the future are not going to be in range of those sandpits. That's fine. That's fine. I have to eat some amount of the brickyards and sandpits not interacting with each other if I want to have brickyards be in 2 separate areas. We've got a hop field that I can place over here. Now, do I want to play any verdures in this area? Like, it might be worth it just because there's a statue here. And this is spawning all but one of the trees. And I could even maybe make it spawn the secret flower. Come on. It's literally 1 point off of being perfect. It stops me from playing hop fields because then my, like, trees are getting in the way. But, okay. I need to remember this position. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of it so that I can, like, save this for later. Do the building just so that when I'm clicking through my notes I don't accidentally place the building. Just put this at the bottom of a random page. Can delete it later. Okay, so I either play that 20-point verdure or I start stacking a lot more trees over here. This is still 15 points. And I will get a verdure that looks like this in the future. I just will. I should be playing these ones first because I'm going to need every verdure down in this area that I can for lumberjacks to score well, because that's how I score my early game points. This is also going to be bulldozed by hop fields. There's going to be enough space for me to play every single one of my verdures here. Even if I have to play them on top of other flowers, so they're -5 points, it is still worth it. Every tree matters. Where was the secret flower again? It was like... It's off on the right hand side. Okay, so if I do it like this, I can maybe see the secret flower. Okay, so there's the secret flower. Do I want to spawn an extra flower? I don't think I should consider it because it's going to be too much of like a mental strain that like... I want to position my flowers that are up top in good spots so that I don't take the -5 hit from them. Do I? The flowers that I place are going to scale shamans, hermitages, mountain shrines, and parks. It also gets me 2 extra points right now. Let me try placing like what I would do as a regular 15-point position, and then I'll see if I can like sidewinder a extra flower to be like where I want it to. Let's start from where do I start from? This isn't spawning all the trees. I don't want to place it. This is going to spawn all of the trees. It's just not spawning one flower. But that's like... Okay, if I play this for... Okay, I can play it for 15 points, or I can play it for 13 points. And then I could eventually play one more verdure here to fill up this point. But that's pretty far away from... Like, I guess I'd play a hermitage here. My mountain shrine is going to be able to detect all the way out there if it's on a terrace. They've got a large enough range. I might like that position then. Okay, I play 1 here. I play 2 here. I play 3. I play 4. I play 5. I play 6. I could probably fit a 7 in somewhere random. That works. That works. I don't think that, like, me... Hold on. Let me play this, see what the next one is. Just so I have more complete information to go off of. Okay, so we're scoring 13 here. I played this, and now I can see what I can play around afterwards. This guy is... 5 trees up top, 3 trees down below. Which is... Oh, it's difficult to get the trees up here. Well, with this verdure, anyways. This configuration. It's not difficult to get all of them here, though. But do I want to be playing more trees down below? And do I want to have these 5 trees further away from the rest of the forest? I'm gonna undo this verdure. I think I should be playing in the thicket of it already. Where the rest of the trees are, and try to get 15, and then I branch out from there, continuing a thick forest. The thicker the forest, the better the blossom and the parks played around it are. We had 8 parks last time. If all of those 8 parks can score me 40 to 50 points, it's going to be worth it. So this is spawning all but 1 tree. This is still spawning all but 1 tree, and I don't like that flower off to the left. I'd rather rotate it a bit more like this. This is spawning... Hold on, is that a fish? Yeah, that's why I'm overscoring. Is it fine to spawn a fish? Okay, so this is spawning all but 1 tree, and I think it's that tree up top, yeah, that we're not spawning. If I rotate you down, do you spawn everything? You do. I can eat the 1 flower off to the left to continue building this as a dense forest. Getting those 6 trees up there is like immaculate. Like all of these guys right here, because parks right here are going to scale off of all of them, and parks on this side are going to scale off of all of them. I would like to continue making basically a line right here with some extra space down below and some extra space up top for parks. So then this guy is going to eat that 1 point loss. It is, let me see what this verdure looks like. Okay, so I've got a large set of like 4 trees above me and then 5 trees below. 5 trees like horizontally on it afterwards. This can continue the line, I guess. We're looking for a spot that gives us 10 points. That's 1. Okay, so this isn't spawning a flower off to the right. I would like that flower to spawn because I'm no longer going to be placing verdures back there. So if I can get it... Is that perfect? If I rotate it 1 and continue the line a little bit higher, is that any worse? I want to place this, see what it looks like, and then I'll see if I need to like tweak it to the left or right at all. See, because like that's a pretty nice line. It leaves enough space for parks back here, and I can build almost a straight line here. It does start pushing out a little bit where I don't want it to. The next verdure is probably going to be going in the center here, and I'm going to be getting as many trees. Oh, this is looking pretty nice. Yeah, getting like 5 trees down in this corner. And then that'll be the end of like this thicket. And then I'll make a new thicket on this side. For now, we can add a new building pack. Lumber pack or seaweed farm pack? I am thinking that if I take a seaweed farm pack, I could be put into a precarious situation where I don't have enough buildings to progress without, playing my seaweed farms poorly. But if I take my lumber packs early, I might be putting... No, if I put lumber packs early, I put less buildings into the draw pool. It's more likely to draw more of my verdures, and I want all of my verdures as early as I can, so we take lumber pack instead of seaweed farm pack. Yes! Another verdure. That's so good. That is so good. I could probably play verdure 1, verdure 2, and then 3 hop fields to get me enough points to get to the next round. I don't even have to look at these buildings. I honestly think that like the majority of the fun of the early game is just verdure for me. It is such a complex building, but it is so rewarding by the time you get to the late game if you played it properly. Let's see what this forest looks like. We've got 5 up above and 3 down below. So if I were to play you... Right, I had like a 10 pointer somewhere. I think I said that I wanted to play it like around here. I might need to rotate it 1 more. Are those trees too far away? I think I want to move this entire thing up more, if given the chance. Alright, can't move it up that far, I guess. Because I want to make sure that my blossom hits as many of these trees as possible. So like, okay, let me place this 5 trees and consider, is a blossom going to hit all of these from this edge to this edge? I want to say so. I think it's like slightly larger than this verdure range. So yes, and even if it doesn't, I can leave like 1 or 2 trees, like this tree behind, and just grab like this amount. That's fine. The next verdure, I want to place it around this guy, and we need to start making a new thicket. We have a line for parks to go down right here, right now, and I'd like to keep that area open, so no tree should go down anywhere past this chunk. I think creating another bush right here, like instead of creating like a line of trees, a wall of them, I can create a chunk in the middle, and then I could maybe create 1 more chunk or 2 in the bottom left. This, if I place it here, is going to be on top of 2 flowers. If I play it back a little bit, it's going to be played on less. It's not going to get as many trees right beside it, but this section right here is going to be played in between these 2 trees, and that'll be fine. I'm also hoping that like a terrace on top of this chunk of 5 is going to be like viable. If I don't spawn as many trees in that area, it's going to be more likely to be viable. We need to pull it down some more and off to the left. If I rotate it up, it's not perfect. Is it? Is this something I'm okay with? I don't like the flower in the top left, but I do like every time I've been placing a verdure, I've been eating 1 flower, and it served me well so far. My next bush would have to be beside my next set of 3 trees back there, but that seems doable. And this bush seems like compact enough. Again, I get thick parks so often that I'm looking to see like is there enough space for 2x2s in between here. I think there's enough space for 2 of them here, enough space for 1 of them, enough space for 1 of them, maybe a skinny park or something, and they keep going back there. A terrace goes down here, and then a hermitage goes... Actually, a terrace might go over here, granted if it like is able to get a mountain shrine all the way to the outside, and a hermitage just bulldozes some trees and it goes in the center right here because it wants to hit all of the trees and the parks. This isn't quite as thick as I want it to be. I want it to look more like this, but no, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. The next verdure that I'm placing is on this corner, if able. If I get an add verdure boon, they're just going down here as extra spaces. These 2 aren't as important as this one because it's going to be in range of the blossom, or more of it is. These guys are going to be really far out of the range. Still fine to play extra parks because I'm going to get like 12 to, I want to say around 12 to 15 of them. Okay, let me move on to my hop fields. We will score 15, then 17, then 19 from this. That's going to give us enough points. They would almost give us enough points. It's just about 60 on their own. I need to make sure, though, that these guys are going to save enough space for ones in the future. You definitely do, but I need to place you first so that you get snapped to the grid and get pulled down and out as far as you can. You actually can't be pulled any further than that because you're, going to be pulled over the edge, and things don't snap over top of cliffs. They don't want floating buildings. But they are fine with buildings being under the ground for some reason, but hey, that's fine, that's fine. Another mechanic that I'm able to wrangle for, or like, play around for a few extra points. This is still going to be in range. Okay, so it's not in range of all the hop fields, which isn't ideal, but it's not a bad location for it. If I start playing them up here, I'm going to get so many wheat fields this time around that I would feel worried that like this is encroaching on the wheat field space. I want that, like this space up here to be like clean, pristine. Hop field here is fine. Is there a way that I can get 2 hop fields down here in range of the statue? No. Okay. What would I be saving this space for? What would I be saving the space along the wall for? I don't think anything. I still think this might be a better play just because it's closer in case I end up playing any hop fields over here or further back. Or if I play one down here, not in range of the statue, it will be close enough to the ones further in the back. So I like this placement better. Okay. Next building pack. I don't want to take masons yet because I don't think I'm prepared for them. Okay, if I do though, they're worth 50 points. They're worth 50 points. it's hard to get like lumberjacks up from 40 to 50. It's a really like, I don't want to say a difficult breakpoint, but like you definitely need tropical or temperate to get it done. And I would say like this, I think this is a tropical island because the trees are so skinny. They're able to be stacked beside each other more often. If you get mushrooms, like their overhanging parts will run into other trees. Like this tree might actually be blocking this tree because it's leaning to the left. You don't have any of that here, so it's like perfect for verdure placement. We're going to take masons because again, like I said last time, I wanted to take the lumberjack pack because it adds less buildings to the draw pool overall, so I have a higher chance of drawing verdures or hops fields to score points. I would like to do the same here. Granted, that is also higher chance to, grab sand pits, sawmills, and brickyards, but I have to live with that. So we take masons. Rough. Okay. We do have 4 of them to play, and they are buildings that I can play now. There's nothing else that is going to scale them, so they're probably what gets me to the next, like, building pack. If I play them low here, they'll be in range of both brickyards. If I play them off to the side, they're not going to be in range of both brickyards. I think I should start with some... Hold on. Where would I want to play other brickyards? You would be next. Let me play you down, and then I'll see like what kind of masons I can line up around you. It's probably going to be an undone building. So I could play one set of masons over here. But there's probably going to be another brickyard that goes in front of this, and then that's not going to be in range of this mason. And if I even were to try playing one down here... Yeah, it is like slightly out of range of this, but like only for 1 or 2 masons. And that's not going to be worthwhile, I don't think. What I should probably do is just make a collection of masons all beside each other. I end up playing my plateaus all around those masons. My towers, my markets or warehouses. Yeah. And a market can go down on this section right here if I move this brickyard back a little bit. So it looks like all my masons are just going in this central area here. I don't want them to be moved too far in any direction. I want to make sure that they're in range of a warehouse or a second warehouse or a market here or the plateaus back here. The plateaus might be the like scariest to get in range, so I think I'm going to lean them slightly to the left. This is still going to be in range of the future brickyard here, correct? Oh, easily. Okay. I can play another one here. Oh, hold on. I need to undo this. We might need to be summoning a wisp on this because that might be my first boon, so I need to get that. How do I get that? I'm gonna use, I don't want to call this an exploit. If the guild hall point inverter trick isn't an exploit, I don't think this is either. You play a building, you then press undo after it gets enough points to get you the next boon, and that boon sticks around even though you haven't gotten enough points to hit the threshold. I also forgot to open the sealed boon pack, which we are going to be doing on this level for certain, so I guess I can do that now, but let's see. A wisp. Okay, so 2 mistakes on this island. I could have played this wisp earlier on this mason right here. I don't think I would have played it on any of the breweries. The mason is eventually going to ping it onto plateaus, which I can ping onto wheat fields or a mill over here. That mill can then ping it back over to a warehouse, so on and so forth. If I were to play it on any of these verdures, you can't. If I were to play it on all of these hop fields, the only way that I get it off is through a brewery, into a tavern, into a circus. Where do I go from there? It doesn't go anywhere. So sure, it's good early game points, but like I can't make the wisp worth anymore. I could have also, opened up one less, or I could have placed like maybe one less hop field, or maybe I wouldn't have even needed to play like a brickyard or a sand pit, and that could have been an extra wisp bounce. So I'm down an extra 10 points by not opening up the sealed boon pack right away. Fingers crossed we see score malt, level up, add verdure, or blossom. I'll take a duplicate. I will take a duplicate. That's fine too. It's so much better than... Well, okay. There's no add cliff houses to go for, I guess. The boon pack. We take the wisp early. I really hope that it doesn't re-roll us past level up because there's not enough boons in the draw pool to be able to select. I could go back through my VODs right now to like really make sure, but like, do I need to be doing that? This is my first run on Manufactory, and I always say I'm gonna go quick, and I never do. The wisp. To bounce it where I want it to go, it's just on 4 masons and a brickyard, and that's a lot of points. And I could bounce it on a few brickyards, actually. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing is playing... let me actually just do it. We put a wisp onto this mason. We then want to play as many masons as we can before we play a brickyard, but we want to play 1 brickyard over here and 2 over here. That means that the wisp isn't going to be able to be like pulled from a brickyard down here at the very end over here. So we need to play 1 brickyard down here early, and then we can play brickyards up here afterwards. This brickyard being pushed this far forward is going to be more in range of like a warehouse or something. But if I want to like get this guy in range of a warehouse, I should be playing it back anyways, and then I have space to play 2 brickyards here, probably going to play them like this, and then that should leave enough space for a market up here and a warehouse up front here. I don't know where my second warehouse will go, probably somewhere down here, and my plateaus are hopefully going to go up in the 2 sections. So we play as many masons as we can beforehand. We're going to need at least 1 mason to like bounce it back from this brickyard over here onto these brickyards. So we're playing 2 masons. Mason number 1. And I think this is getting too far away from where the plateaus could go. I would like to play them a bit further up. So we play Mason to here. That feels fine to me. All right, that gets us enough points to get our next building. I would like to open the building pack, see if we get any more brickyards or masons to like change our game plan here. Now it's lighthouse or seaweed farm pack. If I wait too long on seaweed farm pack, there is a very low possibility that I could get all of my buildings again. I think I'd have to draw too many sawmills and lumberjacks. I want to try for it. There's so many building draws that I have that I think I'll still be able to get up to my 3 seaweed farm, like, quote-unquote minimum to be able to play for triple points to, like, make them worth it. I think I'm going to take a lighthouse early then instead. We have 4 brickyards, and we have an extra mason to play around. So this mason can go up here. Tucked in as much as it can. I want to play these as condensed as possible. That seems good. All right, and then we're going to play a brickyard down below. We want to play it... Okay, so now I've got 5 brickyards total. Do I want to play 2 down here, or do I want to play 3 up here? I don't know if I have the space to play 3 up here, all things considered. I think I can play 1 and 2, and hopefully my warehouses can go sideways and I have space for 2 of them in the middle here. If I play a brickyard here as number 1 and a brickyard here as number 2, this brickyard gets too close to these guys. I can't do that. I think I would rather play 3 brickyards here. This might cause my warehouses to not be played like sideways beside them. They might have to go like up and down. That's fine. That's fine. I do play 3 brickyards here. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully there's enough space for a market up top afterwards. A lot of points. Okay. Now I do also have the option of bouncing the wisp onto the sandpit that I have for an extra 5 points. How I would do so is playing a sandpit here, and then I would play a 3rd brickyard down here. It would be out of range of one of the masons. It's not out of range of any of the masons. I think I like that better. It's an extra 5 points on the sandpit. And it means that I'm taking up less real estate over here that I don't want to commit to brickyards, that I want to commit to warehouses and markets. 22 is probably the most that we can get. Yeah, and if I get a sandpit in the future, I could maybe do something where I'd like tuck it back behind here. No. Well, it'll be out of range of one of the buildings. That's still better. Or if I move it up, does that change anything? It just means that they're closer, so that warehouse... No, because warehouses over here are not going to hit the sandpits all the way on this side. They're maybe going to make it to these brickyards. I can play this guy for 22 points, and I can feel confident and safe in doing so. I'm fine locking in that building position. Let's see what our next building pack is. Seaweed farm pack or farming pack? Farming pack is going to flood the deck with mills and wheat fields. Seaweed farm pack is going to flood the deck with farms and fields. So at this point, I know that I'm not going to be able to like reshuffle the draw pool in early. That's not happening. So Do I take seaweed farms because I think they're going to be worth more, or do I take wheat fields because I think they're going to be worth more? Seaweed farms, I would need to find a way to bounce the wisp onto them to make all of them worth an extra 5 points, which is going to be difficult. Mills, I don't have to, because I can play a mason to get that done. I have 5 masons down here. I'm expecting to draw a 6th one eventually. I play a mill to get the wisp onto it, and then I play a bunch of wheat fields down here, and then I eventually play another mill in the future to bounce the wisp off of it to wherever it needs to go. So I'm more confident in taking a farming pack now. We get a 3rd brewery. They are worth a lot of points. They can be played on the wood around here. I can probably get spots to get all 3 of them down. It's going to scale a tavern in the future. I just don't like seeing them as a building because, man, I want the next Vergier. I want to be able to play another one over here. I played 1, 2, I think only 4 so far. I've got 2 more in the deck. And I also want to see more of my lumberjacks. Having 3 compared to like my 6 or 7 that I get total? No, come on. This is only half the amount. Oh, and we did grab another mason already to be able to, ping the wisp to wherever we need to. So it's a brickyard here next. We play it for 35 points. It's slightly encroaching the space of somebody else. Hold on. If I play you kissing each other... It works. I forgot to make these 2 kiss, but that's fine, that's fine. Look at their kissing. Okay. The mason does not have enough range to pull it from back here, which I would have liked. It does have enough range to pull it from this side. I just want to make sure that a brickyard over here is going to have the range to get that done. I think the first brickyard that does will. The second one won't. Or the second one will pull from the other brickyard, and then I can play a mason here to pull it off, and that works. So mason 1, brickyard 1, 2, and then mason 2 here. Sounds good to me. There we go. God, a 48-point brickyard. I am not used to that kind of number. I would like to make these guys... Okay, so they'll take up less space if I make them kiss, and that might mean that they're able to save space for a warehouse back here, which I like. It just might be difficult for the mason to be in range of them. Like, this guy is only going to be in range of one of the brickyards, so it's only getting an extra 4 points, but, like, that's fine, I think. I think to, like, leave enough space for a good warehouse position, like a great warehouse position, is better. Or I could play a mason on this side instead to pull the wisp off with. And maybe my plateaus don't reach it, because then it'll reach more of the brickyards, and that's more points now. I think I like that better. Okay, so brickyard 1 is going to go down here, and then brickyard 2 is going to be kissing it, but the kissing one needs to be played about... Well, I can play this one, the non-kissing one, first to see how much space it needs to get that other mason in range. If I played a bit further forward and pull it back, is that better? This seems like it's fine to me. I would love to have a warehouse right away to be able to know if this is enough space for a warehouse. But, like, if I can fit another brickyard in here, I feel pretty confident in that assessment. I now want to make sure that my brickyards can kiss, and they can, and they get all of the masons, so that's another good thing. So we're going to open a new building pack. Shamans. Shamans will want as many of as we can, because once we blossom, all of these trees are flowers. All of them are. So they're going to be worth like 120 points. Maybe not that many, because like I don't have any good ridges in where all of my trees are to get shamans to like block their rays for extra points. So they might be like 100 points. They might be 100 points, he says. 2 shamans? That's good. That's a good thing. Now the next building that we're playing is a brickyard. We'll go here, and then I can play a brewery after this in hopes of getting, enough points to, like, see what my next boon is. So, yeah, there's no point in moving this guy up any further. That's a good brickyard location. I love the yellow color scheme on the sand pits and the brickyard. It just makes sense, man. I don't know if I like it as much on some of the other buildings. Like, no, the lighthouse in this form does look pretty nice. What am I saying? This game always looks great. Okay. So if I put a mill here, that's not going to be able to be played beside a bunch of wheat fields. I would want to play the mill here to be able to bounce it onto the wheat fields, which means I need a mason here. But I do have 2 masons. So that means that I could play mason 1 on this side and mason 2 on this side. Mason 2 right here, actually. Okay, that's how it works. We're really gonna hope that the plateaus have enough space to, like, meet these guys. Also, I wanted to do boon sleuthing. We do this. We get enough points for the boon. We undo. We see what this is. Blossom, 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 blossom! Yes! Okay, good. I just want to know. It's already at 100 points. It's already at 100 points. And I haven't even gotten, what is it, extra advertures. Yeah, I don't think I can make it 100 points, but like it is hitting my trees like exactly how I wanted them to. Actually, it's hitting a little bit more. Like this side to this side is a bit bigger than what I'm expecting. I can move it all the way down here to get these 3 trees in range, which I might end up moving upwards instead to get this section. But like, yeah, this platform is the perfect space for a blossom. Oh, I'm so excited to see how many points that's going to be worth later. I am so excited. I could also do the trick. Actually, I want to see if they patch this out. Okay, so you play a blossom here for a bunch of points. 94 something. I'm then going to go back to my buildings and I'm going to click undo to get rid of my blossom. So I have it back. The trees are no longer blossomed. Why do I have... Drake, why do I have a building pack? So that, I've got confirmation from the devs, is an actual exploit. Not going to use it in my runs because, like, code of conduct, I want to play this game properly, you know? Like, if I wanted to play to the upper echelon, or, like, just for point maxing, I'd use save states in the game. I would, what is it? There's a way that you can, like, Alt F4 to, check rerolls when you're going in between islands. So, like, let's say I'm only looking for ley lines on an island. I just reroll to see what's the best ley line in there, or, like, how many rerolls I'm willing to use to find that ley line. And then Alt F4, reload the game, and then I know after I use, like, say 10 ley lines to, like, probe the deck, I guess, the, like, island, yeah, the island generation deck of, like, what you're going to see. I then know that, oh yeah, after using 3 rerolls, I'm gonna see the ley line that I want. And if I continue using, like, another 7 or whatever, I don't see any more ley lines, so I don't want to look for a better ley line. So I grab the first one, and then I only have to use 3 rerolls, even though I used more to, like, get information beforehand. It just feels like save scumming feels bad to me. The point inverter guildhall trick is too cool, too interesting to, like, be written off, honestly. Okay, so adding a building pack. This is a difficult choice. Right, I can't add that building pack yet. I need to score enough points. We have used the blossom, which, right, we're not going to use it. I needed to play masons over here. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Okay, and then this one scores 6 points if I can get it in range of that brickyard. Good. Okay. I'm just like so worried that, like, one of these buildings is gonna end up being played wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna play this mason. This terrace scores off of that, so I can use a terrace to, like, grab that wisp. I'm not gonna have any more masons to, like, grab, the wisp from. So that might be something I want to take into consideration. How am I gonna get my wisp to where it wants to go in the future? Before I said it was a mill, to a bunch of wheat fields, to a new mill, to somewhere else. I could also use parks to grab it off of the wheat field, and then use a tower to grab it off the park. What would score off of a tower other than residential buildings? I'm not sure. Maybe another park. So then that could mean that's how I get it from over here to here. But then I can't bounce it around from park to park very easily. I could ping pong it between parks and lumberjacks, though. That's a way that I can get extra points. It's only scoring 1 extra point per building. Or no, lumberjacks actually don't consider parks. Oh my god, the wisp makes it so much more complicated. Hey, I could also use a shaman. I don't want to, but I could. What scores off of a mill to know what I can, like, pull it off with? Need to see this in my graph view. Get rid of the building draw order. Okay, so the mill is city center, park, temple, mason, warehouse. We're not going to be drawing any more masons, or it's very unlikely for us to. Huts don't like mills, so that's a way that I can pull it off, and then it would go on to like a sauna or something, because like not many other buildings scale with huts. That sucks. A warehouse is another way to pull it off of a mill. That works. It's not perfect, but it works. I'd hope to find sustainable or neighborly so I can put my two mills beside each other, because a mill over here is good for a warehouse. A mill over here to not take that negative 20 points is better, but then there's no way for it to ping onto a warehouse. So I'd want to play another mill over here, or even further down, honestly. Get in range of more of the masons, hopefully be in range of a bunch of fields down here, and then I could ping it onto the warehouse, ping it onto a market. Oh, if I play it down here, that's going to be on a plateau, or this is a plateau ridge. I need to section this space off and not use it for anything. The next building that I have to place is up here. I'm very happy that this mill is in range. Very happy to report that. I could... No. Okay, so for every 2 points that I put this mill over here for, I'm losing out on like 5 from a wheat field being in range of the mill and the statue at the same time. Or... do I play a mill here? I play only wheat fields in front of it. And then I play another mill up here, play only wheat fields between it and the statue. Am I going to be drawing that many wheat fields? Okay, I'm at -2, so I need to like play one more building before I'm able to, add this next building pack. I'm not going to take it. I just want to see what the building pack is. It's Seaweed Farm Pack or Fountain. I either add 4 buildings and I grab a lot more wheat fields and the buildings that I currently have, maybe a verdure, or I add Seaweed Farm. If I add Seaweed Farm, there's no way for me to bounce the Wisp. There's going to be a while before I'm able to use any of those buildings because I want to get 2 or 3 of them. If I take Fountain, I am shoehorning myself into 4 bad draws at max. But I keep the draw pool low enough that I can maybe find my next verdure before Blossom, or my next, mill and wheat field, or I guess, no, I'm just mainly worried about the verdure because I want to have the Blossom up and ready to go so that I can use Shamans as really high point scores to get a lot of buildings in time for my Fortune Teller. $31 points. This is going to score 5 fields in front of it, all beside the mill. And then I play another mill up here because that's going to give me, if I play this mill for 30 points and then I'm bouncing a Wisp between it, this is going to be 10 points, and then everything after that is 12. It's going to be 50 points from this and 80 points from this, roughly. Which means I'm going to be getting 2 building packs from this. This one that's currently standing in front of me, and the next one after it. What's the next one after it? I need to open up, where's building draw order? We've got, what's the current options that I'm looking at? A Fountain and a Seaweed Farm Pack. So Seaweed Farm Pack is back up here. We're at Fountain, so the next one after is going to be Pyre. Pyres need to wait for Lumberjacks to be played and maybe a few other things. Yeah, so I take the Fountain, I would take the Pyre, I would hopefully draw into another mill and wheat field by that point. So then it's not just going to be 80 points up here, it's going to be another chunk up here. Or I play this right away for 21. I play a bunch of wheat fields here and I don't have to worry about grabbing another mill. And then I can play a mill to pop it off in the future compared to using a mill to pass it up more. I think that is more worthwhile. Okay, so I'm going to play you here, and I'm going to see if there's enough space for 1-2 wheat fields in between you and the statue. If you aren't, I'm going to play you for 21 points instead. Okay, I'm not going to open that building pack yet because I still want to check with wheat fields. This feels like enough space because when I play one here, hold on, I play this one here, it lines up to about that kink he played here. This feels like enough to be able to force that wheat field to go underneath the statue. Snap it in. I think I'm going to play it just a slight bit off to the right if able. That was close. That almost feels like as tight as I could make it. We'd be playing one here. We'd be playing two around here because wheat fields go slightly into each other. That feels like enough space. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm able to add the building pack again. No more blossom shenanigans. We take a fountain and hopefully not. No! No! Ah. Okay. Okay. It's fine. I'm fine. I don't like seeing 3 fountains because they're not going to score any points except for on parks later. But at least they're all removed from the draw pool. Points to get us to the next round. We play our wheat fields. This guy's also just barely in range of the statue. That's really nice. These guys are slightly offset, but that'll be fine. We'll play you next. And then this, please, please get pulled under. Let's go. Okay. And I don't need to be worried about playing too many of these wheat fields because, like, the pyres or the things that are scaling negatively off of them are going over here in my lumberjack area anyways. Okay, we've got a new building set. I can maybe get better things. Fishers. They're not going to scale much, but they will help scale my harbors and docks, my lighthouses. I still think it's the proper play to not take seaweed fields. 2 mills. It's pretty good. An extra shaman, an extra wheat field, which I think not just these 3 wheat fields, but they're pretty close to getting us to the next round all on their own. The 2 mills are pretty big because they're going to be worth... Oh, no, is it... There's no... Okay, there's no spot up here that's out of range of that mill. Oh, that's tragic. And I didn't have the mill to check it. I guess this gets all but one of them. Does this fit? Come on, man. Come on. Okay, well, I am expecting to play one with a neighborly on top of the plateau here anyways to pull the wisp back over, but, like, it sucks that there's no 36-point position over here. Really? It is that... Oh. There's 1 pixel here. I will be able to find it again in the future. You have to walk it down this cliff. You see how there's this small, what is it, like... The cave the cliff starts cutting off a little bit extra right here. Like, it's a steeper incline than the rest of these because it's lighter. If I were to take this mill and put it in this corner, you'll see that it moves down that cliffside slightly. That is the difference maker, is this tiny cliff. If it was the same sheer cliff as the rest of them, I wouldn't have the space to make this. Crazy. Oh, you can hit the mill one more time. That's lovely. And you'll snap into position. But I will have to snap this one into position first. So that I can... Guy. He just finished doing it. Why can't you? Do I need to rotate you? Guy. What's up? Why are we doing this? Is it literally that close? Okay. So I've got the wheat field here, and I think I was positioning them here. It looks like the wheat fields are lined up, right? If I push it a bit further in, you can see that they, like, overlap slightly on their white bounds right here. That pushing it in a little bit tighter gets the wheat fields close enough to have them, like, considered within snapping distance. I'm, like, 1 pixel off of being able to get this to snap into the statue. This is not going to be in range of the mill anymore. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't matter where I play these because it's either in range of the mill for 5 points or in range of the statue for 5 points. Except for this one, of course. So we play you. And this is enough points to make it to the next round. That's crazy how many points the wheat fields have already been giving. Thank you, Wisp. Option of here or option of up top. This deletes greenery. Probably not going to use it in the future, but I may. There's like a small chance. If I get you pushed over here, you're more likely to hit both this mill and the one that's going down on this plateau in the future too. So I think this is a better play. It's also just using up the space beside the statue. Well, okay. Next building pack. What are we looking for? We're seeing Pyre or we're seeing Seaweed Farm pack. Again, I'm really looking for that verdure, so I'm going to take a Pyre. No. We do get another wheat field, which is great, and we have yet another mill. I'm hoping badly for a sustainable. We do have 5 lumberjacks too, which is like a good amount of points. Granted, the wheat fields are giving... they're 30 per. The lumberjacks are a little bit more than that, but both of them are like a good amount of points. If I want to, what I could do is play a Pyre early. What's a Pyre scale off of? Lumberjacks? And I think... See, because I could play a Pyre at a far distance away to be able to pull the Wisp off of the wheat field and then get it to ping pong on all of the lumberjacks and then onto one of my parks. And then from a park to a fountain, fountain, park, park, fountain, fountain, park. I'm unsure if that's the play though. I do think it's safe to play another wheat field though. Nothing really stopping me from doing so. And then after that, I want to see what this next boon is. So what's the next highest scoring building? I think it's going to be this mill. It's played in this corner here. We need it to go down a bit. We also need it to maybe not be rotated to be facing that corner. Okay, I could just play you down here for 46 and call it a day, and then undo you. Okay, what's the next boon? A blessing, a blessing. Oh my god, oh my god. It's perfect. It is perfect to set you up from the previous 3 islands to like say, what are the boons that you want? Just don't pick them in the early islands. Once you get to the last island, you'll find all of them. It's just hit after hit after hit. Okay. I'm actually, because this is a bit difficult to do, I know that it looks really pretty with the stars out at night. I'm going to change it to day. Okay, this is spawning all but 2 trees. I don't like that as much. I think I'm almost willing to take the -5, like the negative points on one of these verdures just to spawn more greenery. Because early game, I kind of needed the points, and like I was spawning all of the trees anyways. I think I'm ready to do this placement first and the other one second. This one is spawning all trees. This is spawning everything. What if I were to move you up here? This is spawning all but 1 tree. About you, all but 2 trees. That's too few trees spawning. So this is spawning every tree that it can, but it's not bunching up the trees nicely. I don't know if I need to worry about bunching up the trees nicely anymore. I've like already done so much work on that front. All right, or I can play it here because most of the trees are on the north side, and that's going to be closer to more of the parks and the hermitages. Okay, let's say I were to place one over top of this flower right here. This is getting me, it's 10 points because the flowers down below are turning into fish. Could I just fit another 5 trees into this corner here by playing directly on top of this guy? Hold on, that's spawning all but 1 tree, and it is within, like, that thicket that I played at the beginning. Parks in this corner are going to be worth so much. I'm fine with taking 1 fish spawn to drop 1 tree spawn. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. Okay. Now I either get this chunk filled out a bit more, or I get this bottom chunk filled out a bit more. I think this bottom chunk is a bit too difficult with where the flowers are currently. Let me also zoom out and see what trees I'm placing. All right, predominantly above where my cursor is. So I can maybe play on this hillside pretty easily. Maybe. I'm fine playing within 2 flowers. I don't know about playing within 3. This is spawning every tree. It's hard to pass up. And it is pushed like closer to the rest of them. I'm going to place it, and then I'm going to look to see like what the trees look like around this area. See if I'm okay with it. The lumberjack that I'm placing, 59 points. Just a casual 60 points on a lumberjack. And we still have 2 verdures in the deck that I could draw at some point, but those might be used for as my point inverter. I should save one of my verdures as a point inverter. Am I comfortable with this being my verdure setup? What would I want to change about this corner right here? Let me let's see what those buildings were. It mostly adds more trees to the inside here, which means that a park on the inside or like parks right here are going to be stronger. I think I'm fine with parks here. The Hermitage again in the center, maybe getting rid of like these 4 trees and the set of flowers after I place down a mountain shrine. So it's parks. It's probably lumberjacks behind them if I had to guess, because yeah, these guys are still worth 50, and this is prime real estate for parks. These parks are going to be worth, I'm assuming 50, maybe up to 60 points. So taking a loss of 10 points on a lumberjack isn't that bad, and they might be far enough away that they're not going to be like interacted with by the parks. We'll see. But now with this many trees placed, okay. Point inverter tactics. I either use a negative guild hall in a place where I've played a lot of the same building. Where would that be? It would be right here. We played 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how I'm going to calculate like guild hall point inversions are going to be take all of the buildings that you have of the same type in an area. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hop fields. I'm going to cancel out, not perfectly, the first one that gives plus 12 points with the second one that gives minus 10 points as 0. So then this would be negative 10, negative 20, negative 30, negative 40 points. Those negative 40 points are all going to be turned into positive points afterwards. It's going to have to beat out a like minus 250, maybe a minus 300 verdure over here. That's what I'm thinking after I blossom it and try playing a verdure on top of it. That's how much the negative verdure is going to be over here. So if I get the same building in an area more than like 35 times compared to like, oh, the mill is going to be removing one of these hop fields, the statue is removing one of these hop fields, so it's only like minus 20 points with all of the 12s that have been given. It's like 1.5 hop fields. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means that like this is maybe a minus 70 point guild hall right now. If I were to play it over here, it's going to help out. It's going to be minus 10, minus 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So it's minus 90 over here, but that still pales in comparison to the verdure that I'm placing over here. I think it's going to be too hard to set up a negative guild hall. I think it's going to be a lot easier to set up a negative verdure. With all that being said, that means I'm no longer playing any more verdures. That means that it's safe for me to play my blossom, so long as this last verdure is one that I like being played. I'm fine with it. So, blossom. 126 points. Okay, so where would I want to move this around to like not only maximize the amount of points that Blossom is giving me, because I might be able to get like 128 if I move it down further, but like I want to get all of these trees up here as well, because that's where more parks are going to be scoring off of than trees down here. I'm playing less parks along this ridge. This is more a lumberjack area, and this is more a park area. So I'm getting 124 here, I'm getting 126. If I leave that one tree behind, can I get 2 more trees up on the right side? No, it looks like 126 still. Yes, I'll ship it there. Isn't that pretty? Alright, what's our next building? Harbor or seaweed farm pack. Harbors are going to be worth more with us having 3 fishers. They're going to be worth less with us having less seaweed farms. I might just continue dumpstering seaweed farms, honestly. We're going to take a harbor pack. Okay. We've got a new wheat field to place, and that's the next building that should go down because we need to bounce the wisp as many times as we can for maximum points. So if I place it here, yeah, there's going to be enough space to play one more in between because it's been built off the same wheat field. Goes down. Now we add our next building pack, so it's either parks or seaweed farm packs. We want as many parks as humanly possible. I am so excited to see how many points these are worth. 5? 5 of these guys? You sure about that game? Oh my god. I think I solved Manufactory. I'm gonna post that in the Discord. Be right back.